Hi! So in this Fisher scones bag, which are the best scones known to humanity, I have what I believe to be one of the better garage sale hauls I've had in a long time. And I hope you agree. Let me know. Carts! I found carts! Ah! Now all of these were $2 each. They were $3, but I was able to talk them down to $2. Are you ready? James Bond! Bond, James Bond, GoldenEye! Any bets to how many of these I have? And I guess I only have 4. I mean, I know 4 is kind of excessive to own in any game, but I really thought I had more than this. Guess I know what I'll be giving away soon. Toy Story 2! This game once sold for $17.95 somewhere. If you played it, wait. I think I did play this one. I think. I'm gonna watch a video to jog my memory. Hold on. Yes! I remember playing this! I never got past Andy's room or his house. I would just fuck around. Holy crap! Talk about a blast from the past. Go Buzz! Pokemon Stadium. Now, I remember playing Pokemon Blue on the Game Boy and thinking, man, it would be so cool if there was just like a battle arena game with high definition well, not high definition, I didn't even know what that was, but great graphics that you could just battle your Pokemon, it would have all the animations, and I would just play that for hours. Or so I thought. So when Pokemon Stadium was announced, I was thrilled. And when I finally played it, I was underwhelmed. I think that's when I discovered that I'm a very story-driven gamer and I need an in-depth plot and interesting characters and something to keep me going. I can't just like battle. That being said, it's still fun to fire it up, you know, every couple years and relive the nostalgia. Turok 3, Shadow of Oblivion. Sadly, I have never had the pleasure of experiencing Turok 3, Shadow of Oblivion. But if you have, let me know. How did it touch your childhood? Looks pretty fucking rad. South Park. This is another one I'm not sure if I actually played or not. I think I would have. I was obsessed with South Park from the beginning, so, huh.
Hello, children. Did you hear the news?
What news?
A big comet is headed our way. It's going to cross paths with the Earth, and when it does, all kind of crazy, spooky stuff is going to happen.
Spooky like how?
You know, like, graphics really aren't that bad because, hey, it's South Park. But, no, none of that looks familiar, so I don't think I've ever played the South Park N64 game. Win Back Covert Operations. I'm losing sunlight, so, like, I couldn't read that, and plus, I have never heard of this game before. Resident Evil 2. Ow! That was so dramatic, it hurt. I'm trying to remember. I think the only Resident Evil experience I ever had on a Nintendo console was the remake. And then Resident Evil 0 and Resident Evil 4. Okay, so I guess that's a few. I love this game so much. So much. Do you love this game so much? Let's talk about how much we love this game. Resident Evil 2 actually caused me like 3 years of nightmares when I was in elementary school. I think I was in 3rd grade, 4th grade the most, but my friend had recommended that we rent a video game, and this one called Resident Evil was apparently really cool, and we had to lie to my dad and tell him that it was a happy game about happy things. Obviously, he wasn't paying too much attention because the title Resident Evil should raise a flag. But anyway, you know that opening sequence when the semi-truck driver is driving and then he kind of gets turned into a zombie while he's driving? That scared the shit out of me for years. Like, I had to sleep with my door open. I had to, like, sometimes sneak into my parents' bedroom to sleep in there. And I was, like, 8 or 9 years old. I will totally admit that I just watched the opening cinematic for Resident Evil 2 and I got goosebumps. Like, it still scared the shit out of me. Childhood trauma. God, those zombies. I think the zombies are way freakier in Resident Evil 2 than they are in, like, the later installments. I don't know, it must be some like association with like my childhood terror and you know, like now, but so good. That is it for our Nintendo 64 games, and we are now moving on to some disc-based games. Weird accent right here. These were all $1 each. Final Fantasy XI, Final Fantasy XII, Final Fantasy 13, Final Fantasy 13 2. Got the little sequence of collections of Final Fantasies. Final Fantasy XI, never got into. Final Fantasy XII, I did finish that one, and I did complete it. But I don't, like, think about that game, and I'm not like, oh, that was such a memorable experience. We all know Final Fantasy IX is just the best ever, and I had recently played that game for, like, the 10th time, and then I jumped into Final Fantasy XII. And it didn't do anything for me. Unfortunately, I didn't give Final Fantasy XIII much of a shot. I got bored with the linear way of things very early on, and I know it opens up eventually and apparently becomes this big, massive world, or so I've heard. I really should give it another shot, though. I mean, Lightning, I feel like, is such a featured character nowadays. She's in, like, 21 and a half different games, and everyone's all excited. Oh, Lightning's in a new game! And I'm like, yay! Don't know her. I don't know the bitch. One more! Resident Evil 4. You know, when all was said and done, I really, really enjoyed Resident Evil 4. I was a little butthurt at first because I really wanted it to follow the Umbrella, T-Virus kind of Raccoon City train of story. You know what I'm trying to say here. And when I found out it was going to go a different route, the fangirl in me was a little upset. But I played it on GameCube with the Game Shark because I'm a little pansy and I get really, really scared in really like high anxiety games. And yeah, I really enjoyed it, especially now, you know, like looking back on it, it was a really great game. I'm really excited for Resident Evil Revelations 2, though, just as a side note, because that looks like it's gonna be freaky. Freaky and zombies and back to the good old survival horror goodness. Well, that will do it for this week's garage sale haul video. I would say I'm pretty happy, especially with the Resident Evil 2 pickup, Pokemon Stadium, the Final Fantasies, Resident Evil 4. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys. Well, you'll see me, hopefully later this week, if not next week. This is really awkward. Goodbye!